Watching as the credits all roll down and crying. You know we're playing to a full house. No heroes, villains, one to blame. While wilted roses fill the stage, and the thrill is gone. Our debut was a masterpiece, but in the end, for you and me, hold this show, it can't go on. We used to have it all, but now's our curtain call. So hold for the applause, and wave out to the crowd. Take our final bow. Oh, it's our time to go, but at least we stole the show. 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 At least we stole the show.
Do you recall, not long ago, when you would walk on the sidewalk?
What it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, fresh shot, strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is a party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Grown music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT hustling, chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back question. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Nah, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah, I'm so grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone, deuces goodbye. I got a world to see, and my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer, nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the
Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, fresh out, strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT hustling, chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We get that.
All right, everybody, what is up? Welcome to the Global Success Team. I Transform TKO team call. We've got lots of big things ready for you guys tonight. We've got obviously special guests that you guys know about, Mark Cassetta. But real quickly here, guys, my name is Jefferson Santos, 100K affiliate here with MDC, My Daily Choice. And if you're new to the team, welcome to the MDC family. If you are part of the team, welcome back, because this is a big night. We got some big things happening right now. I would say that we are, if not the fastest growing team in the company, but the fastest growing team in the company, one of them at least. It is popping like crazy. And so I've got a pleasure to introduce the introducer of Mark Cassetta. And this guy is blowing it up all across the scene. Obviously, you guys have seen him with the Kashiks, blowing it up, helping us relaunch the whole brand. Seeing his videos, obviously, those of you that were at boot camp saw him speak on stage and all of that. And so, you know, Matty Pips is just taking this company by storm, and a lot of people are seeing it. A lot of people on his team are having success. Other people in the company are having success because they're kind of plugging into his energy. And so it's a pleasure to introduce you to Mr. Matty Pips. What's up, buddy? Take it away, bud.
Thank you so much, Jefferson. Guys, this is such a surreal moment right now. You know, I got started in this industry 10 years ago. It was May of 2012. And one of the first person that I saw when I got in this industry was Jefferson Santos. And he was one of the top leaders in my very, very first company. And guys, I was inspired. You know, he was the person standing on stage, telling his story, talking about how he played football and how he was able to live a dream life with his family. And it really hit me here, guys. It hit me in my heart. It hit me in my soul. And it really made me go all in with this opportunity, with this industry, guys. And it pushed me to actually go to one of my first events. And one of my first events happened to be in Kansas City. And the speaker at that event is the guy that's on this call right now. And I remember as a 22-year-old kid sitting back, watching this event, thinking to myself, I hope one day I get to meet that person. I hope that I get to one day have that person know who I am. I didn't know what my journey would be. I didn't know what it was going to take for that to happen. But guys, I'm here today on a Zoom call introing that person that was on that stage. Now, this guy has mentored me, you know, from behind the scenes and, you know, from afar for a very long time, for the last 10 years, actually. You know, I've watched all of his stuff. I've watched, you know, I went to every single event, you know, for 5 years in that first company. And, you know, what he's going to teach you guys today is something that, you know, hit me deep into my soul. And Mark is known as a guy that can really tap into your subconscious mind. So for a lot of you guys that are maybe just getting started, maybe this is your first company, maybe this is your first opportunity that your friend showed you, and you're just like, you know what, I want to make more money in my life. I want to have freedom. I want to live a lifestyle that I see that these top leaders are able to live. Well, guys, Mark is the guy that's going to help you get to that next level. He's going to help you understand what it takes. And he is actually one of the top reasons why, guys, I even came to My Daily Choice. When I was looking for a company, there was a couple different things that I was looking for that I wanted to have in place in order to make the decision to come to a company. One of them is I wanted to make sure that we had a great infrastructure. I wanted to make sure that, it wasn't just a startup, that it was a company that's been around for just a little bit, but there was still an opportunity there. And then I wanted to make sure that the CEOs, whoever ran the company didn't have an ego and that was willing to change and that was willing to, bring in new blood and bring in new energy and allow us to really create what we really wanted to create. And that's exactly what Josh and Jenna have allowed to happen here with Akashics. And then I really wanted to know, what's the leadership like? Because the level of leadership is how we'll all rise. See, if we don't have leadership, guys, that's there to lead the pack, we're all going to despair. We're all going to fade. And when I found out that Mark Aceta was bringing his leadership event system here with My Daily Choice, it was the icing on the cake. I said, now I can have the confidence that my people can be trained in. Now I know that my people will be taken care of because they can go to these events. They'll understand exactly what to do, and they'll understand how to have success in this industry. That is such an overlooked aspect in this industry. A lot of companies, they think that it's just all about sales. It's just about the products. It's just about the back office. They don't realize that the events is really where the magic happens. And we have that here now with My Daily Choice. Mark has talked in front of hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. He is responsible and also helped people that he doesn't even know go make multiple 6-7 figures. I'm one of them. He didn't really know me before last week, but he helped me go make multiple 7 figures in this industry. And understand that we have him on this Zoom call right now. So I'm going to pass this over to Mark. I'm super excited to have him here. He's going to pass it back to me at the very end, guys. I have something super excited to drop for all of you guys. But Mark, thank you so much for hopping on today. It is an absolute privilege to share this Zoom call with you, to share this momentum, this company with you. And I cannot wait to see what happens over this next 12 months with the power of what you're going to bring to the table and with everything that you do with your event systems.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And it is kind of crazy. I mean, I know you, of course I knew you. I knew your name. I knew you were an up and coming guy. But I certainly didn't know you well, like we're going to get to know each other. And it's amazing to see the leader you've turned into. I mean, honestly, and it really is a trip, guys. I mean, first of all, what we're teaching is, this standard stuff that has made every great network marketing company that's become great. This is what it is. You know what I mean? If you look at a company like Mary Kay, certainly the leader in the skincare industry and direct sales forever. I've met executives from Mary Kay and they go, we're a personal development company that's disguised as a skincare company. Amway, biggest company in the history of the industry, hundreds of billions of dollars in sales. We're a personal development company developed as a consumer product company. So what we do is what the biggest companies have ever done. You know what those companies say is, if you build your people, if the company provides training to build people and let them grow, if you build your people will build your company. That's really what it's all about. So again, we certainly have a vehicle right here in My Daily Choice. If I wasn't here and there was no training program, you have an incredible compensation plan. But before I became a trainer, I spent 25 years doing exactly what you're doing. I have all my stuff, if you will, all my primary stuff. I made all my big money as a rep out in the field. So I understand a bad company, a good company, and a great company. And I understand good, bad, and great compensation plans, so on and so forth. This is a very lucrative, very great compensation plan. With or without me, you would have all these different product lines. And I love the variety of product lines. At first, I was almost like, ooh, are there too many things here for the average person? But now I understand, because of the advanced technology, you can just promote one thing. I know a lot of you guys are just focused on Akashics, and that's fine. And if you bring everyone in through the Akashic's front door, that means as of right this minute, there's 9 other lines that they can go and purchase things from at any given time. And anytime they buy any of those other products, you make a commission. So needless to say, that's a really good thing. And not only that, is any one of these product lines, because other people are dealing with high life travel. That's what they're most focused on. And if any industry, I was in a company that was doing great, did $1 billion a year, then a pandemic hit, and guess what happened to travel? I mean, it completely, literally fell apart. That company ended up going out of business. So if we were really just focusing on something like high life travel, and then there was another pandemic, God forbid, we may be out of business. Not with this, because we have Akashics, we have this product, we have that product. So we are really bulletproof when it comes to us being around for the long term. So we have the comp plan, we've got the product line. Technology, you got to be kidding me. We have got to be the most advanced company technology-wise in the industry, and it's going to stay that way because we have a large head start on the number 2 technology company in the industry. And Josh, I got to tell you, he is so far down the road of what's coming next. There's a lot of things I know he has not discussed with the field, but boy, oh boy, he is hardly sitting pat on what they've created. He is working very aggressively on what the next 5, 10, and even 20 years look like from a technology standpoint, and how MDC will be using that technology. So there's all these incredible, great things going on. But now you go back to this. If you take that company, you take average people and they go sell it, we could sell that stuff for sure. There's a lot of marketable things there. But now go back to the statements I made about these great multi-billion-dollar companies, Herbalife, Amway, Nu Skin, all these companies that have been around for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and done tens or hundreds of billions of dollars in sales. And their philosophy is if you build your people, they'll build the company. Well, that's what I'm here for. And Maddie is living proof of being in a company that I was the lead trainer on for 15 years with that exact same philosophy. We poured into people. We did it through live events. Listen, learning this information right now over a Zoom is great. Knowledge is knowledge. Information is information. But human connection is a lot different than knowledge. So we do live events. We don't want to stream our events. We want people to show up in person. This past weekend, I got a chance to meet Maddie, and meeting him in person and hanging out and having a drink and having dinner and being around each other is different than doing a Zoom call with each other. So we're going to be all about live events, not just here in the United States, all throughout Europe right now, but we will eventually be all over the world. Wherever there is a big building business, for my daily choice, I will be leading these live training events. So again, there's so many different things I could share with you tonight, but I really want to maybe get you to understand why these events are so important, because go back to what Jim Rohn says. Most of you have heard of Jim Rohn. He was a great trainer in this field, in this industry, but he was also trained many, many people. He was Tony Robbins' trainer, one of his main influences. So the guy obviously knows what he's talking about. And he said, when you work on your craft, you make a living. So again, if you learn how to invite, how to present, how to close, how to train, you'll make a living. You got to learn those things, by the way. If you don't think you need to learn those things, you have a big, big problem coming up ahead of you. There is a right way and a wrong way to invite people to a presentation. There's a right and a wrong way to do a presentation. There's a right and a wrong way to close someone after a presentation, how to get them started after a presentation, how to promote an event, how to do a Zoom, how to edify people, how to train your team. All these different things that you have probably never learned before, because we don't teach them in high school or college. Unless you learn from another very successful network marketer, you haven't learned how to do it. So don't think you just automatically know. You want to learn the things. So go back to Jim Rohn. When you learn what to do, when you work on your craft, you make a living. When you work on yourself, is when you make a fortune. One of the greatest books you'll ever read, and I know everyone wants to read the newest, hottest, hippest books, and I like to do that too. But man, some of the foundational bedrock books that are as foundation, or should be the foundation of everyone doing this business. One of them is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it was written by a guy who was making $1 million a year salary in like 1930 or something like that. If you can just fathom how much money that was way back then. And he wasn't earning that in commissions or in company profits. That was his straight up salary. And the person paying him the salary was a guy named Andrew Carnegie, who was the first recorded billionaire in the history of America. And Andrew Carnegie said, why are you paying him so much money? He goes, because he has the most precious knowledge in the world, is how to properly work with people, how to inspire people, how to manage people, how to correct people when they need to be corrected. He knows how to deal with people. So when you work on your craft, you're going to make a living. But man, you got to work on yourself, because here's the bottom line. Attracting people to your team is one thing. Keeping them on your team is a whole different thing. And helping them become the best possible version of themselves, where they attract armies of more people, well, that's a whole different thing on top of it. So that's kind of stuff we're focused on. We've all got to become the best version of ourselves we possibly can, but we also have to learn. And it's funny, I'm going to quickly do something I would never do on a Zoom, but I heard something yesterday from a gentleman I know who's a Navy SEAL, and he talked about a term called team ability, which is something, if you're a SEAL, you obviously know that term. And that's where you have got to be an incredible leader to be a Navy SEAL. You have to have the ability, even if you're not in a leadership position on your team, at the drop of a hat, to step up and become a firm, solid, incredible leader. The other part, though, is you may be the leader on your team right now, and at a given moment, someone else may take the lead of that team. And team ability is you going into follower mode just like that, without having an ego or an attitude about it. So I'm just going to tell you, if you're going to be great in this business, you have got to become a great team player, because you've got to be the kind of person that can lead, but also the person who can follow. You want to follow people like Jefferson, like Matty Phipps, like myself, like other leaders. And listen, even now, right now, as I'm leading a lot of people all over the world doing a whole lot of different things, the bottom line is I'm following someone else. I've got a coach, because you should always be a mentor to someone and be mentored by someone. And I'm just telling you, this is all the stuff I'm talking about of when you work on your craft, you make a living. You've got to work on yourself. And listen, I'm 62 years old. I've been working on myself a long time. I just got done downloading and buying 5 new books today. I think I got 4 or 5 the other day. And it takes me a long time to get through and read all of them. But that's the point, guys. I still have a lot of growing to do, and I've been doing this for 35 years. So if you are not immersed in reading books, if you have not been going to seminars, and you think you're going to get and sustain wealth, you are wrong. Some people, right place, right time, you can make a lot of money. I don't know if you know this. This is a hard, cold fact. 70% of the people who make over $1 million lose it. 70%. That's because mentally they were not ready to make that kind of money. Here's what's interesting, and ask yourself this simple question. If you are making a lot of money, if things are on a roll, whatever, maybe you're in a new relationship and you're dating someone gorgeous or incredibly handsome, and you're in this great relationship, does your brain say, things are going great financially, romantically, whatever? Do you honestly think, this probably won't last very long? Because if you think like that, that's a scarcity mindset. And if you have a scarcity mindset, I don't care how much money is in your bank account right now, it's going to be gone. You need to learn how to have an abundance mindset. Now, one of the coolest things about working in this company is I'm basically teaching you a few things right now out of books like Think and Grow Rich. You know who has studied this stuff more than anyone I know personally? Jenna Zweigel, the owner of our company, the co-founder of our company. Jenna's knowledge of Think and Grow Rich, of the 7 laws of success, is deeper than anyone I've ever personally met in my life. I'm excited to work in tandem with her and work on some training programs, because I'm telling you guys, this is, in order to create a legendary multi-billion-dollar company, it's never one person, ever. It's got to be a gathering of like-minded people who see things eye. And again, people that are willing to be a follower. Like right now, when it comes to the following part, I'm happy to follow Josh and Jenna. When it comes to the field and people who want to learn what I know, I'm happy to lead. But the point is, I just want to be a part of the team and I want to contribute at my highest and best use. So for me, contributing at my highest and best use is putting together these live training programs. Now, again, I want you to understand a couple things about the live training programs. First of all, you put someone in one of these, any of these events, doesn't matter what the event is. Next one coming up, we're going to talk about tonight is called The View from the Edge. That happens to be, for me, the highlight of what I can probably share with you and teach you. Okay, it's my best use as a trainer. However, it could be any of the events, the boot camp program we just did, convention, which will come up later in the fall. Any of our events, what's going to happen is if you bring someone to the event, number one, they're going to learn the how-tos of doing this business. And they're not going to learn them from trainers. They're going to learn them from people like Maddie and Jefferson, who are in the field absolutely kicking ass, taking names, growing like crazy. So you get the best, freshest information up front. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to make your people easier to work with. We're going to, have you ever been in a relationship with someone who's high maintenance? Okay, have you ever seen Harry Met Sally, high maintenance, low maintenance? If you haven't, you got to watch Harry Met Sally. Hey, you're going to be a multimillionaire if you never saw Harry Met Sally. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Anyway, high maintenance just means someone's pretty much a pain in the ass. So do you want people that are blowing up your phone all day and asking you draining, annoying questions? Or do you like your people to be pretty much self-sufficient, come to you every once in a while when they really need you, but 99% of the time they can fix their own deals? We all want low maintenance people. The trainings are designed to teach your team how to be low maintenance, self-sufficient. In the beginning, your team's going to be codependent upon you. Let your team be codependent upon you. They need to be codependent on you, but none of them got in this thing to be codependent and have another boss. They all want to be independent. So our goal to trainings show them how to be independent. You ever want to get to a place where you don't have to work anymore, where you literally don't have to work anymore? Certainly, all of you would like to get to a point where at some point, whether it be 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, at some point, you could walk away, never do another presentation the rest of your life, and your income would stay the same or grow higher. Would you like that? Well, that will never happen if your whole team is codependent on you. We need to create independent people. We need to create what we did in the last company. We called it a leadership development factory. People are going to learn how to be excellent speakers and presenters. People are going to be independent. People are going to learn the how-tos of doing the business. And we're also going to absolutely work on their mindset. So all of those things are true. So here's the result of that. The result, this is why it's good for you. Number one, they produce more. So if they produce more, that means they earn more, which means they last longer. So bottom line, end of all things, you're going to have someone who's going to stick in the business longer and make more money. Both of those things are going to increase your income, and they're going to give you a more stable income. And needless to say, you all want an increased income and a more stable income. Now, here's the problem. Your people in network marketing in general, your people don't know what they're doing. They're brand new. How would they possibly know what they're doing? Did they have a course called How to Invite a Prospect to a Network Marketing Presentation 101 when they were in high school? So people don't learn in high school. They don't learn in college. They don't learn it anywhere. So they come in, they just assume they know what they're doing. So if they don't get any teaching and training whatsoever, the odds of them being successful are very slim. If I were to put you in front of a Steinway piano right now, the most expensive piano in the world, the best piano in the world, just because you're sitting in front of a Steinway, does that mean you can play it? What if someone who can't play the Steinway shows you how to play it? Does that make it any easier? See, what we're going to do is take the best piano players in the world. Then you get to go to My Daily Choice, which certainly is Steinway when it comes to network marketing, and you'll find out and know exactly how to play it. That's what makes this thing so great. So that's the first thing, the first thought process I want you to get you understand. But again, your people don't know this. There are some of you that are doing a local Super Saturday in your market, which, by the way, you should be doing from time to time. But your new person, how would they distinguish a Super Saturday training from a View from the Edge? Or as a matter of fact, how would they discern this nighttime Zoom training from any other? They don't know the difference. So it's your job as the leader to make sure they know what's incredibly vital and critical that they do. So if we're going to ask them to spend hundreds of dollars for the ticket, plus airfare, plus hotel to go to an event. That's a big ask. So you got to make sure you're asking. If you're not asking, they're not going. I remember going to sales training many years ago. I used to knock on doors, door to door, selling cookware, china, and crystal, door to door. And at the training by a guy named Zig Ziglar, who ironically used to be a door to door salesman himself, Zig Ziglar told the audience, with all the because Zig trained everyone, real estate salespeople, copier salespeople, car sale, whatever you could sell, Zig trained them all. And he said when they did their survey of the top salespeople in the world and the bad sales, like all salespeople, he used to do all these extensive surveys. And he said the number one reason why salespeople do not make a sale if they fail to make a sale is they never ask for the order. They never ask for the order. So some of you are like this. At the end of a presentation, you say things like, so what do you think? What do I think? I think that the Jets need to get a new quarterback. What do you mean? What do I think? We don't want to know what they think. We want to know, so are you ready to get started? Do you want to go ahead and get this package or this package? We have to ask closing questions. If you're not asking closing questions, no wonder your business isn't going well. Well, if you have to ask a closing question at the end of a presentation, same thing, man. Some of you guys are sending people our View from the Edge video. If you're not doing that, you should. If you go to the event page where you can sign up for a View from the Edge, there's a really cool video there. It's getting splashed around social media now, which is great. Well, some of you are just sending people that video as if here's the thing. Let me give you, here's what that video will do for some people. It's a really well-made video. Think of going into the cabinet, you're hungry, you get a jar, and in the jar is something you want to eat. So you got to take the lid off, and man, it is stuck. It is jammed, and you can't get it off, and you're really hungry. So you give that jar to someone that you think and perceive as stronger than you. Give it to someone like Jefferson. Jefferson twists it. Easy. Pops it, hands it back to you. Now here's the question. Is the lid now going to levitate itself off the jar because Jefferson loosened it? And the answer is no. You still have to lift the lid off the jar. Well, the video for a lot of people is going to loosen their jar. They're going to be open to going to the event, but you still have to ask them. Now, when it comes to getting people into your business, you guys know this. I know you're well trained. We're not selling, we're sorting. The last thing you want to do is sell someone on getting involved in your business. That's a terrible idea. That's like selling someone on marrying you. If you're not with someone who's in love with you, don't sell them on marrying you. That's not going to end well. So you want someone who wants to be in a business, because what do we want them to do? We want them to go get lots of customers, and we want them to go and get lots of more affiliates. So we want them to be sold. So we present it, and then we're sorting. Some will, some won't. So what? Now they're on your team. We're not sorting now. When it comes to getting to the event, we are selling. So you've got to get them to watch the video and then ask them a closing question. And if they have objections, you need to overcome those objections. We know what the common objections are. I'm busy that weekend. Overcome that. How busy are they? Are they getting married? Is something life-altering happening? Well, I've got tickets for a concert. Great. Sell them. How much money are you going to go making going to that? I know you want to go to the concert. Is that artist playing anywhere else in the country over the next 6 months? Because this event is only happening once. It won't happen again for a full year. And the truth is, if you miss whoever your favorite artist is on tour this year, they'll be back sometime before they're dead. This training, man, you've got to get this right now. You don't want to go 12 months. The point is, you need to overcome the objection, whatever the objection might be. They don't have the money. You got to be kidding me. You don't have the money to go to an event that's going to help you have a breakthrough, that's going to help you make more money than you've ever made before in your life. So again, it's up to you to be doing. See, we're Zooming right now, which is great. Here's what sucks about Zooming. I can't talk to each one of you one-on-one. So when one person needs to be coached through how to get there, how can they see Robert Kiyosaki? You all know Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. His rich dad forbid him from saying, I can't afford it. His poor dad, by the way, the dad himself used to always say, we can't afford it, we can't afford it, we can't afford it, we can't afford it. The rich dad refused to let anyone in the family say, we can't afford it. He taught them rather how to say, How can I afford it? How can I afford it? See, I can't afford it shuts off the thinking process. I'm giving up. How can I afford it opens up the thinking process. A lot of people on your team need you. This is why you get paid an override. How do you think you get these bonuses in a comp plan? By sitting on your ass? You have to do some work. It's your job, guys. And I'm going to explain why this is so vital in a minute. But just trust me, these events are make or break for a lot of people. I was doing a Zoom yesterday with Josh. Josh, our owner, explained he was about to quit his network marketing company, walk away, never do it again until he went to an event. Within 6 months of going to an event, he hit the highest rank in the company, and the rest is history. Our own founder was going to quit if it wasn't for an event. Events make a big difference. So let's transition into why events make such a big difference. I'm going to take a little sip of this coffee. There you go. I'm ready to go for another 10, 15 minutes. So why are these events so important? So first of all, when you're recruiting someone, my mentor used to always say, some people go, well, what's the right demographic? Is there an age group, or should we do white collar, blue collar? You know, here's the thing. If they can fog up a pocket mirror, they're a possible prospect, meaning if they can breathe, if they're alive. Now, here's a more reality part of it. If they are dissatisfied, they're a good prospect. Now, many people are dissatisfied with their income, but a lot of people are not. They're happy with their income, but they're away from home all the time. They travel for their jobs. So they are dissatisfied, but with a different aspect of their business or their life. So the first thing we're looking for is someone who's dissatisfied. Dissatisfied people will show up an event because they are dissatisfied with what's currently going on. Next step beyond being dissatisfied is hitting a breaking point. Some people hit that breaking point. For me, my breaking point was, it was a rainy night in New Jersey many years ago. I went to pull into a gas station to get gas. This is when I had so many different credit cards and I was robbing from Peter to pay Paul to make sure I could make my minimum payments every month. I had figured out with my Amoco gasoline card that if I didn't pay it within the 30-day window, as long as I didn't make it to 45 days, they wouldn't take the card away or cut it off. So I really had about a 40-day window. That's how broke I was. I had this stuff all figured out. Well, I thought I had my 40-day window with this card. I was wrong. I was off by a few days. I pulled into the Amoco station, filled up, gave the guy the card, and he looked at me and he came back and he had cut the card up. He said, I called in, your card didn't go through. They told me to cut the card up. I need $14 in cash. That's how much it cost to pull up my car back then, $14. And I was like, I had no cash. I didn't carry cash. I lived on credit cards. So this guy who had like a really nasty beard, about 7 teeth in his whole head, like not a good looking guy, not a classy, refined, dignified guy. He looked at me and said, you better get me $14 somehow in the next 10 minutes or I'm calling the cops. That was my breaking point. Some people at a breaking point, I don't know. Some people have it, some people don't. For me, that was my breaking point. It pushed me further towards wanting to make a change. Now, here's the thing I want you to hear loud and clear. There are many people on your team right now who are dissatisfied and who have had a breaking point. And they're still not doing very much. So why is that? Why can someone be dissatisfied and have had a breaking point and still not be doing anything? Is because of this. They haven't had a moment of insight. People need to have the penny drop. They need to have a moment of insight. They need to see it for themselves. If you see it for them, it means nothing. People have got to see it for themselves. So guess where more people have that moment of insight than any other place I've ever been at a live event? A View from the Edge. A View from the Edge is very different. We're not doing a typical training. We're acting out short plays. I think I love what Jefferson says on the promotional video. A picture is worth 1,000 words. A video is worth 1,000 pictures. A view is worth 1,000 trainings. Guys, I'm telling you, this training is so different and it's so hard. It's hard for me to tell you about my training without sounding very cocky and stuff. It's not me. It's the method by which we do this teaching. People remember these lessons more when they're being entertained. Sesame Street works. Why? Because little kids are being entertained. No little kid goes, hey, Mom, put on Sesame, and forget Sesame Street. Now there's 100 shows. There was Barney, the Purple Dinosaur. There's 100 shows now that entertain your kids and educate them at the same time. Back then, no kid has ever said, hey, Mom, put on that show so I can learn how to read or so I can learn how to count. They want to be entertained. The adults who come to this deal, man, you're going to be entertained. You're going to laugh a lot, but there's going to be some really serious, intense moments because guess what? You need your moment of insight. And if you don't need it, the people on your team need their moments of insight because they can be dissatisfied. They could have breaking point and still quit this business. Only when they have their own moment of insight are they going to make a change. And that leads to the last step, which is the only step that makes any difference. Taking massive action, taking new massive action. See, we want the people on our team to be taking massive action and doing it differently and better than what they're doing right now. That's how everyone's check goes up, but they're not going to do a damn thing different if they don't have a moment of insight. So we use this dramatic background to really get people to understand that they, in a lot of cases, are wasting their lives. So many people are going through the motions. It's always been this way. And I got news for you. Nowadays, with social media, half of the people on your team who could be millionaires are so freaking busy scrolling on their phones. They're stuck in a TikTok coma. They don't have time. They go hours without doing shit because they're on their phone. We need to get them to have a moment of insight because guess who's getting rich on TikTok? Not the people watching the videos. It's the people doing the videos that are getting rich. It's not the people watching the TV, it's the people on the friggin' TV. So it's time to stop being a spectator and jump in and be the star of your own life. And I know why you're not doing it. The same reason I wasn't doing it. I was afraid. I didn't think I could. I didn't think I was good enough. So the other thing the View is going to do is this. Most people, you've seen the little, you've got to see this on the internet. The kid who's looking into the full-length mirror and it sees back the reflection of a roaring lion. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so inspiring. It's true. Here's the truth though. Most people are a roaring lion. You're a lion. But you look in a mirror and you see back the reflection of a kitten. So therefore, you ain't trying to do anything. You're like the cowardly lion. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, by the way. A lot of people are like the cowardly lion on The Wizard of Oz. You're a friggin' lion. Why are you afraid? I was afraid, though. I get it. I didn't know I could. I didn't know I was supposed to. One day, my old mentor brought me down to a Ferrari dealership. He already had a couple Ferraris. I thought he was buying another one. I thought I was lucky enough to be along for the ride. He said, which one you like? Get in. Let's drive. He made me drive the Ferrari. I was scared to death. I was like, oh, my God. Driving a Ferrari, brought it back. I go, you going to buy it? He goes, nah, I've already got a couple. And we got back in the car and started driving. I go, why'd we do that? And he goes, because I want to get your ass in the seat of a Ferrari so you know it's real. And so you understand they'll sell it to anyone who's got the money. These cars are not made for someone else. They're made for anyone who's got enough guts to step up and step out and kick ass. So if now you know if you want a Ferrari, you can have one. If I can have 5, you can have 1. So those are the kinds of things. I needed a mentor in my life. I needed coaching in my life. I needed trainings in my life. And here's the thing, you do too. And if you haven't had enough of it, now we're going to have regular doses of this over and over and over again. So now, again, let's go back to how we started. You take the badass technology Josh has put together. You take these product lines. You take these comp plans. You take all the network marketing professionals that are being drawn to us in droves. And this is the time, man. Like if you're sitting around waiting until later in the year, I don't know, if you are in anything other than full go mode right now, you're out of your mind. This thing is a powder keg that's about to explode. Sales are about to go through the roof. We are about to hit the road and be marching towards $1 billion. And I'm just telling you, I've been fortunate enough to get to know Josh and Jenna well enough where they're starting to kind of forecast what's coming down the road. And if you had any idea what's coming down the road, you better get in now. You better hustle right now. If it wasn't a season of your life you plan on hustling, then have a serious conversation with yourself and seriously consider readjusting what you're doing, because opportunities of window, my mentor used to always say, opportunities never get lost. They just go on to somebody else that's ready to take advantage of them. Wouldn't it be sad if the exact perfect time to get in this thing and become one of the all-time top earners in this company, imagine 20 years from now, we're a legacy company. Imagine 20 years from now, we're doing $15 billion a year. And all the people who are at the top of all the biggest teams are people who got in during this window of opportunity over the next 6 to 12 months. And imagine you were here and you didn't do anything. What's that going to feel like? I mean, again, guys, the worst thing a human being can feel, in my opinion, is regret. You don't want to feel regret. You've got an opportunity. You got nothing to lose. You are with one of the hottest teams in the entire company. Do not be sitting on the sideline, man. I remember when I met my mentor, all I did is I said, man, this guy's going so fast. I put my finger in his belt loop and I held on for dear life. It felt like he was moving at warp speed, like in a Star Wars movie. He was going so damn fast. It was terrifying. That's what Matty is doing right now, man. You guys got to put your finger in his belt loop and hold on for dear life. If he says, my mentor, he said, turn left. I didn't go, okay, let me look in the mirror. I turned left. I didn't put on my freaking blinker. I just turned left. A lot of you got to get that down, man. These people are guiding you and teaching you and training you, and they know what they're talking about. And they're sitting on one of the biggest groups that's going to have the biggest explosion in the entire company. So again, I'm glad you got on tonight. Hopefully a little business makes some to you. Remember this, when you work at your craft, you make a living. When you work on yourself, only when you work on yourself, you make a fortune. We're going to do this event, and I assure you, most of you will have your best personal development experience of your life the weekend we're going to put on in Nashville. It's going to be outstanding. Now, remember, yesterday we did a webinar. We have extended the initial offer. So the initial, okay, here's the deal. The event costs $600. Let's just start. Forget about the offer. $600. Matty went to the event back in the day. It cost $600. I've been doing this event for 24 years. This is the 24th year. And it's always been priced at $600. That's just, to me, the right price. Now, at this day and age, it should be much more expensive. Obviously, if it cost that much 24 years ago, we should have gone up with inflation, but we haven't. It's $600. Now, right now, until between right now and next, a week from today. So the last day of the month at midnight, this is good until. You have an offer of the price being cut to $399, and you get a free audio of the event. Now, having a free audio of an event is always good. This event, let me tell you something. Again, I want to make sure you get this. We're in a theater. During the training, the lights are out. You can't see shit. You ain't gonna be taking notes. So we'll always turn up the lights after the character, and you can write a few things down. But the bottom line is, you are going to want the audios of this event more than anything else. That's $100 value. So you take the $599 plus the $100, that's $699. It's a $699 legit value. You can get it right now for only $399 between now and next Tuesday at midnight. Take major advantage of that. I know Matty told me he'd like to buy every damn seat that's left in the theater. So go ahead and do it. You want to really get an advantage on all the other teams in the company? That's exactly what you need to do. Take as many of these tickets as possible. Now, on the first, the price, that offer is going to change, and we'll just put a post up and let you know what it is. But I assure you, it's never going to be as good of a deal as it is right now. So only $399 and a free audio of the event between now and next Tuesday at midnight. So appreciate you listening to what we're saying. If you got anything out tonight was a half an hour. Give me 3 full days and nights, and I guarantee you, we will let you have or allow you or coach you and guide you to your moment of insight and help your team have their moments of insight. So Matty, that's all I got, brother. I'm going to throw it back to you. I know you have some great things to share with the team, but thanks for the honor of being a part of this tonight.
Yeah, Mark, thank you so much. And just like you said, you have to take the opportunity as it is right now. You do not want to miss out on this. And, I have something very, very special for you guys. And if you really want to take advantage of this opportunity, I wanted to put something in place to give you a goal that will set you up for the next 20 years. Because what it's really going to come down to right now, guys, is the next 4 months. You know, we have 4 months to really capitalize on this momentum that My Daily Choice is going to create. And I want you guys to realize something. You just heard him. You just heard what he said. He talked about the event system. He talked about the decision-making that needs to happen. But as an organization, I wanted to put something in place for all of you guys to have a goal. So then if you accomplish this goal, you know that the next 20 years, you're one of the top 1% in this company. You will be a multiple 7-figure earner in this company if you take what I'm about to drop serious. Every time one of my mentors dropped something like this, guys, I made sure that I was the top person on the leaderboard. I wanted to make sure that everything that was ever dropped by my leaders, I was 100% getting it done. Because I knew if whatever they put in place, whatever contest they put in place, I knew that they were doing that to help me, guide me through being able to be a top leader in the company. And I want to drop this for you guys. I'm so excited about it. And I know that if you take this thing serious, it's going to take it's going to be a 4-month contest. We are 4 months away. We are 120 days away from the view from the edge. That's plenty of time for you to do this. I've broken it down, guys, and it's about 400 volume a day. You have to create in your organization about 400 volume a day to be on pace to be able to hit what you need to hit in order to get in this contest. And if you do this, if you put your head down and sacrifice the next 4 months, guys, of your life, you will set yourself up for the rest of your life. See, guys, I heard something when I first got in the industry. They said that, you know, they did this because they understood that if they got it done, if they got to the point where enough residual income was coming in every single month higher than their expenses, they truly would be free. And I took it as, well, I could be temporarily motivated so that I could be permanently lazy. See, my mentor said that when he was working at his job, he had to have an alarm clock that would go off every single morning, and he hated it. And I really related to that because I hated also getting up at 6, 7 in the morning to go sell cars. And I remember every single day that the alarm clock would go off, I just wanted to throw it away. And when he talked about when he hit enough residual income, he took that alarm clock and he threw it in the trash. And that was the best feeling that he ever felt in his entire life. I was like, that's what I want. It's not the money, it's the ability to be able to do that. And he said, if you work hard enough and you just do it for a season of your life, you can do it also. So I told myself, of course, I'll be temporarily motivated. I'll do everything. I'll stop going to basketball. I'll stop playing video games. I'll stop watching football, basketball. I will just devote 100% of my time towards this business. And I did it. I did it temporarily, guys. I did this in sprints. You know, I don't act like this every single day. I don't work 12 hours a day, 365 days of the year, you know, for the last 10 years. I've done it in sprints. I've done it in temporary seasons. And that's what I'm going to give you guys today. I'm going to drop this contest, this promo for you guys, because it's just going to be a temporary moment in your life. This is going to be your chance. If you take this serious, if you leave this call and do this, and we celebrate at the view from the edge, I promise you guys, you will set up for the rest of the career that you have here with My Daily Choice. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to drop this. And after it's on, baby. It's on. Actually, real quick before I play it, I'm not going to play it yet. Not yet. I know a lot of you guys are like, come on, just play the video. I want to see what it is. Drop some $ in the chat right now if you're all in. Type some $ right now if you're all in, guys. I'm not going to play it yet. I'm telling you guys, this is a season. Let's get temporarily motivated so you can be permanently lazy. And we are going to have a lot of fun. All right, let's count it down. I'll play this video in 3. Just turn the volume up a little bit. I like messing with you guys. All right, here we go.
nos llevamos bien. Que lo que, dame luz, yo sigo tus pies. A donde vayas te sigue la luna. Tú eres mi galla como tú ninguna. Ey, la noche está buena, que rico se pasa en Quiqueya. Mi corazón es de arena, pero tú estás dejando tus huellas.
Let's go, guys. I'm so excited. We're dropping the 50K and above yacht party, guys, following the view from the edge. So we're going to go down to, Nashville, Tennessee, guys. We're going to get inspired. We're going to go make decisions. A lot of us are going to go into that event as new 50K affiliates. And then we're going to fly, guys, from Nashville to Miami. And we're going to have, I'm suggesting at least 2 or 3 yachts, guys, filled with 50K affiliates. Now, here's what I want to also talk about. The conversations that happen, guys, on a trip like this is different than any other conversation anywhere else. It's different than the dinners. It's different than the events. It's different than standing in the hallways. I'm promising you guys that you want to make sure that you fight tooth and nail, you blood, sweat, and tears to get on this yacht, guys. All you have to do is hit 50K affiliate and above by June 23rd. It is the Friday before the view. So not only will you be celebrated at the view for hitting 50K and above and be celebrated, have a bunch of recognition, and it's going to be, a blast at the view from the edge, but then we're going to go down to Miami, guys, and we're going to rent out yachts, food, drinks, a dinner after the boat, and you're going to be around all of the top leadership, guys. Now, how do you hit 50K? All it is 50K volume in your organization, guys. If you really broke it down, it's 500 Akashics memberships in your organization. 500 Akashics memberships in your organization. Now, that doesn't include travel. That doesn't include CBD. That doesn't include the health and wellness contest that we're dropping here very, very soon. It's not hard to go get 50K. What you put in your mind, what you see in your mind, if you believe that you can go a 50K affiliate, guys, you can go hit 50K affiliate. If you believe you can't, you can't. So understand that what you think and what you actually believe is what you will achieve. You have to make sure that you believe that you can get it done, guys. You have 4 months. So you have 4 chances to go hit 50K affiliate, guys. And it starts to compound. So what I would tell you is take the next 30 to 60 days and just put your head down. Go personally enroll as many people as you possibly can. Go out there and make it a personal goal that you're going to go put in 30 new people into the business here in the next 30 days. Because what will happen with that, guys, is it'll start to compound. The 30 that you put in next month will turn into 90 because your job will to be go put in another new 30, but then they'll go put in 30 for you. So by that 3rd month, you should be able to hit 50K from 0. It should take you about 30 days from a brand new position, guys, to go hit 50K if you're brand new, never done this before. I promise you, if you go out there and you achieve this, guys, and you go make this happen by the view from the edge, when Mark talked about taking advantage of the opportunity during the lifespan of this opportunity, this is it right here. It's time to get temporarily motivated so then eventually you can be permanently lazy and you can do whatever you want every single day. Who's excited for this yacht promo, guys? Type some $signs in the chat right now. Jefferson, how are you feeling, man?
Feeling amazing, brother. I was just typing the $signs in there. I mean, here's the thing. There's some of you that might be thinking about, wow, man, it's almost at the end of February. Should I wait till March 1st or whatever? No, here's the thing. The more people you have on your team now, that's going to duplicate to give you the numbers you need to get to 50K, right? So that's the key right now. There's some of you that are not even close to 50K. That doesn't mean you wait till March 1st. You go right now because every person, every affiliate, every teammate that comes in now, That's more people that they bring in March and more people that they bring in April and May, rolling into June like a snowball going down the hill. And you've got all this momentum to where all of a sudden you have your own yacht. I mean, imagine having your own yacht, everybody on the yacht's in your team, right? Think about that for a second. Don't just have your brain stop at 50K for yourself. Have 3 50Ks on your left and 3 50Ks on your right. Why not? It's free to think that big, right? And the thing is when you activate yourself on a promotion like this, when you activate yourself, what's going to happen is you're going to activate your group on it. The worst thing you can do is be like, oh my God, I'm so far away from 50K. It doesn't matter. See yourself on the boat, talk about Miami, talk about what you're going to do after the view and just speak it into existence, because it doesn't matter. A lot of people have never done it before. And guess what? We're all going to do it together, right? And it's the fanfare, it's the buzz, it's the social media, it's the pictures, it's all of that, guys. And so that's one thing I just want you to think about is when you activate yourself, you activate your group. When you don't activate yourself, you're not going to be talking about it all the time in your presentations, showing it on your slides and all that type of stuff. And so that's what you have to do. Make sure you screenshot that flyer. We'll put it up in the Telegram chats as well, so you can download it. But this needs to be a part of your conversation all the time in presentations. Hey man, did you hear about the yacht contest? What's about the yacht contest? Here's what we're doing. Right, we're all going on yachts. Well, how do I get on the yacht? Well, oh yeah, I forgot. I got to show you what I'm doing. I mean, it's almost like you're using the yacht to tease them, and we're like, well, how do I get on the yacht? Oh yeah, I got to tell you about the project I'm working on, and then show them the project, right? So that's all you have to do. And we've got other stuff up our sleeves, guys. We got all kinds of things, but the bottom line is this, is that activate yourself and get after it, because we're getting after it. We're going to be helping our people get it. There's people joining right now that are on this Zoom. I had a couple of people on the Zoom right now that joined today, and a couple of them joined a week ago, and now they're hearing about this. And they're activated. They're freaking pumped. They're texting me right now on my phone and it's buzzing like crazy. So all I'm saying is you can enroll a new affiliate tomorrow or even tonight that you tell about this contest, and all of a sudden they just go bonkers and literally just stay out of their way and let them run, right? And so you never know. What motivates. I'm going to repeat that again. What motivates. There's some people that they get excited about, iPhones or Androids or computers or whatever, but it doesn't matter what it is. It's, although the yacht thing is the best, right? But it's about activating yourself and having it on the front burner, because when it's on the front burner, it's on the tip of your tongue. You're always talking about it, and somebody's going to hear it for the 3rd or 4th or 5th time going, you know what? I'm tired of messing around. I'm tired of crawling through broken glass. I'm tired of my friends seeing me just kind of eke this out. I'm going to freaking knock this ball out of the park, knock the cover off the ball out of the park and all that stuff. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to finally show myself and finally show my family that I'm worthy of this. And that's why we put this stuff together, because you can't do it by yourself. Let's do it together as a team. Wealth building is a team sport. I'm going to hand the mic over to you, Maddie.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jefferson. Yeah, guys, 50K and above, food, drinks, dinner, mentorship in Miami. Fight to get there, guys. 50K is not guys, it's not a big rank. It's not unachievable. I don't want you to picture 50K as that's the top rank of the company. Your goal should be super affiliate. Your goal should be by 2024 that you're going to be a super affiliate with My Daily Choice, because that's overall where your goals should be. This is just for you over the next couple months to concentrate on something that can put you on that road map. 50K, guys, is not a difficult task. 50K really is that benchmark, I believe, that you've now put yourself in that leadership role. You've now proven that you can go hit super affiliate, because if you can hit 50K, you can go and hit super affiliate. We wanted to put something out there, guys, so we can all go celebrate, because you will be the founding fathers, the founding people of My Daily Choice. Because like Jenna said, this is new beginnings. She talked about the magic that was in 2017 and the wave that they had. Well, she said on stage that the magic is back. And it's one thing when someone can say that's never went out there and done it, but they've went out there, guys, and they've went and hit $500 million. They had a magic moment with CBD, and she's very in tune with energy and what happens. And when she said the magic is back, understand when Mark talks about the lifespan of an opportunity, it's here, it's now, but we have to act. And one way you can act is by making sure that you're on this yacht, guys, on June 20 by June 23rd. So I'm excited, guys. We're gonna drop this flyer, we're gonna drop the video, and let's go crazy. This is a movement. I'm super excited for everybody. Let's freaking go. And can't wait to see you guys at the View from the Edge and in Miami.
See you guys later. Let's rock and roll.